Hi, beautiful people. How are ya? I hope you're having a great day.
With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly up through the dreams where the skies are so clear.
I've been taking it easy this past week. I have a few things to share. Our garden is growing and looking great. My husband's been keeping it up. The greenhouse is coming along. My husband got 2 new fans I talked about in the last video. He removed that one that he had up in there and put the vent back in. He built the bases for our crops and flowers to grow in. I get to use one container to grow flowers. He wants me to choose the flowers I want to grow in there this week, so that's a task I need to accomplish. He took some barrels we had at our camper where we go camping, and we'd been saving them to replace the barrels for our dock. Right now, the dock is doing great, so he decided to use them for our plants. Now he has to do the same thing on the other side, but we're almost there. We're on the home front. I also bought some storage containers to put some of the things that I wanted to organize in our kitchen, things that I use on a regular basis. I kind of been thinking about that for a while. I put my large tea bags, popcorn, Ritz crackers, the veggie ones, I love those, and the snack bars that I eat on occasion. And then I needed one more thing, a container to put our stevia in. Well, I use it for baking if I bake, and mostly for my iced tea. I drink iced tea every day. I make a gallon at a time. So, other than household cleaning, that's all that I've been able to accomplish this week. And there's something weighing heavy on my heart that I'd like to share today. And this, I'm sure you already know. Fibromyalgia is a disease characterized by widespread pain, fatigue, sleep disturbances, muscle spasms, cognitive issues, joint pain, and so many other symptoms. So why do so many of us look at our doctor like they're crazy when they tell us, you have fibromyalgia? Why do we think we need a different diagnosis? We say, fibromyalgia, there's got to be something else going on. And note, there might be, but for years, fibro was thought to be all in our heads. That's not true. Now we know there's so much more going on in fibromyalgia than we once thought. So stop thinking, they said I have fibromyalgia, but there's got to be something more. As if fibromyalgia is a wastebasket diagnosis. Fibromyalgia is a definitive diagnosis. It's real. It's pain and fatigue. It's a life-changing event. It's like we're trying to downplay our own symptoms. Like you believe that fibromyalgia isn't serious. So that's what I'd like to talk about today. I know it's a heavy topic, but here we go. Do you say to yourself, Or do people around you say, pull yourself together? You shouldn't need to rest during the day, or stop feeling sorry for yourself, or there's nothing medically wrong with me, or just exercise and you'll feel better. Listen, sometimes you can't listen to the voices. Sometimes we need to stop and take deep breaths because we're stressed out. Yes, we need to take breaks during the day. We need to move our bodies. Yes, there is something medically wrong with us. There are products out there that promise to cure us. Have you tried any of those products that make you that promise? Did you get cured? So far, I haven't found one. Maybe more calcium will help. Maybe it's my B1 levels. Maybe it's magnesium. Truth is, it's probably all of that. There isn't a cure yet. But hang on, guys. Don't give up. Some of those things will make us feel better, but a cure isn't known yet. I can attest to having a few good years, maybe more, of very little pain. I wasn't cured, but I felt human. I still had stiffness and fatigue, but it was tolerable. I don't even know what I did for that to occur, other than finally coming to acceptance that I had fibro. And you'd think that now that I'm retired, that my stress levels would be lower and I would be in the best condition of my life. But I can't tell you that. I'm experiencing issues that make my life difficult. I stress over all the things that I put on my list that need done, and I shouldn't. Things that I've neglected when I was working full time. So what am I doing about it? Well, I'm searching for answers. I want those things that make small parts of my life better, and there's nothing wrong with that. I keep moving when I can. I take deep breaths to calm myself, and I have to do that often, by the way. I eat healthy as I can, and I listen to my body, because one day I'm able to do certain things like mopping and vacuuming. And then the next day, or many days, or a week or two, I'm unable to do much. But listen, all of our systems and substances in our body are affected by fibromyalgia. We're not lazy. Those substances and systems are always rising and falling on a regular basis. Yes, fibromyalgia is a disease of the central nervous system, but the autonomic nervous system and neuroendocrine system are also affected. Genetic factors and environmental triggers are things we have no control over. So instead of saying it's just fibromyalgia, know that fibromyalgia is affecting you in ways that you may not understand just yet. And that's why we gather together on this channel, not to be a depressing place, but an uplifting place where we can learn and grow together. This is a place of encouragement and understanding that we are in this together. I need you. Did you know that fibromyalgia is a complex disease? Our bodies are sending out 5 times the amount of pain signals as healthy people. 5 times. Our symptoms may come and go. So when you're feeling good, You think it's no big deal, but then you have that day, that dreaded flare, when you feel like your strength has left your body. Every muscle, joint, and nerve is affected with severe pain and fatigue. Yes, we need to get quality sleep. Yes, we need to take breaks and rest. Yes, we need to be aware of smells and the weather. And yes, we need to move our bodies. Our hormones may be out of balance. We have an energy crisis. We may feel an enormous amount of stress over something that may seem small, even though at the time it seems major. But it's our nervous system on constant alert. We may sweat profusely when doing activities. It's our autonomic nervous system dysfunctioning. We may be sensitive to touch. It's allodynia and hyperalgesia. We may eat and then have digestive issues. It may be IBS, Crohn's, or celiac, or something different. We are constantly in overdrive. Very Well Health stated it this way. Think of what it's like to wake up to a phone call or a frightening noise in the middle of the night when you're in a deep sleep. Now, imagine feeling that way every time you're running late for work or you have to swerve to avoid a traffic accident, only it lasts for anywhere from hours to days. Then, imagine you poured boiling water on your lap at the same time. That'll get you pretty close to what people with fibromyalgia go through. Yes, fibromyalgia is serious to us. This isn't just fibromyalgia. This is fibromyalgia. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not psychological. It's not laziness. It's not whining or malingering. It's the result of widespread dysfunction in the body and brain that's hard to understand, difficult to treat, and so far impossible to cure. How do you think a doctor feels when treating fibromyalgia patients? I think they feel ignorant because they don't understand us. They feel impotent because they can't cure us. Patients ask for notes to certify their disability, and yet they can't provide the usual signifiers of legitimacy that the government wants. A doctor wants to do these things, but they have their hands tied behind their backs. However, now physicians can give fibromyalgia a label because it's in the International Classification of Diseases, a gold standard that fibromyalgia exists. Our friends and family may see us suffering, but they don't get it. They can't. They try, but in order to really get it, they'd have to have it. But we wouldn't wish this on our worst enemy. But don't think that they don't empathize our situation. I know that my family does. They know that I find it difficult to get out of my house and shop or travel. They know, but I'm sure it's difficult for them because they knew me before fibro, when I loved to go on vacations and visit them. It's probably old and boring to hear me talk about fibromyalgia, but I probably won't stop talking about it. That's why I need to vent it out here on this channel. We may have lost friends because they found it hard to hear about our struggles. That hurts our feelings. I used to love to play games with my family. Now it overwhelms me and stresses me out. That's got to be hard for them. Playing games was a staple in our family get togethers, and I get annoyed with my body. I want to have fun too, more than I want their sympathy, believe me. This illness is sporadic. One day I'm vacuuming and mopping my floors like I used to, and then I'm unable to do much for many, many days after. And then my home becomes a stressful place for me because so much needs to be done once again. To my family, I know it's hard for you to see me like this. I think, though, I've become a more compassionate person and a caring friend because of my illness. I care about what you're going through too. Just talk to me. I've had to make changes in my life, so please know that sometimes I need to protect myself. But I think I'm a loyal person who loves and cares deeply about you. We are learning to live with it and to be positive because we're beautiful. I hope you learned something. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you.